going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets checking back in. We have our Week 13 on the Dot Show coming at you. What's up, Charles? We are back. Hell yeah. Ready to get after it. Did not go so well last show. I appreciate you guys coming back. But that's why we, week-to-week basis, we're going to hopefully come back into the green today. Before we get going, check out matchbets.com. Use code DB100. You'll get a 100% sign-up bonus. Head-to-head sports wagering against one another, and you get less juice. So go check out matchbets.com. We'll get the show rolling here. True Styles. Wow, changed the name. This was Justin, wasn't it? Changed the name. What's up, man? How we doing? Had a long night last night, huh? We will get after it. So we'll go first and foremost. We'll go over some DFS news, some inactives, and actives. So let me know in the chat if anything breaks while we're on stream. I believe I just saw Murray and Hopkins were a go. That game's supposed to be kind of shit weather. I think it's supposed to be a little bit rainy there. So I'm not going to have much exposure to that game whatsoever besides Montgomery in DFS. I liked Mooney a lot. If you watched a couple of the YouTube videos, you can still play him. It's a high-risk dart play, in my opinion now. You got with the weather concerns there. But he is the number one guy, and he's only 5,600, so that's a no-brainer there. Let me show you my exposure. So a little bit of late news to probably happened Friday, Saturday-ish, is that Darrell Henderson is questionable, and he's highly questionable. So if that's the case, Sony Michel, you could potentially lock button him if you want. He's at 4,300. I'm making 20 lineups. I have him in 50% of my lineups. So I like Sony, but there's a lot of running back potential on this particular slate. You know, Gibson, Michel, Connor, and Williams. So those are four right there that are in between the $5,000 and $6,000 range. And then you also have Eli Mitchell right at $6,000. So there is tons of running back potential. And then I also have some exposure to Madison, as you guys can see here. I'm hoping people don't get up into that range, and so I have a little bit of leverage on the field with Madison being the bell cow back there against this Lions D that gives up a lot of rushing yards. So I have a steady mix. I didn't go ahead and straight lock button Michel, but you definitely can do that. And as you guys can see, I went with the Jets defense a lot. They're in half of mine. Just a cheap option that I think could not get negative points or not get crazy stupid negative low points, so I can get some salary savings and maybe give me 5 or 6, 7 points and not do my lineups. Pitts is my favorite tight end today. Expensive tight end. If you're going to pay down at tight end, it's got to be Foster Moreau. He's going to be at 40% of my lineups. He is only 2,700. Last time Darren Waller missed the game, he played 100% of the snaps. I'm hoping he finds the end zone. If not, get 4 or 5 targets or 4 or 5 receptions and get me some points there. But at 2,700, he doesn't need to score that many points to get some value there. So it just opens it up and it allows you to do a lot more. So yeah, you can see down here a little bit. I got Jamal. So I had a lot of Jamal Williams originally until the Sony Michel news came out. And so I pivoted some of the lineups. So I probably had about 40% Williams. I pivoted to Sony Michel to now 50%, and Williams is now at 25. So, and the news. So I have Mixon down here at he's at 10, and there's just news that came out that said they're out 2 of their offensive linemen against the Chargers. So I think 10's okay, and he's at 8,100. So I'm probably not gonna have any more than that, maybe just match the field. But I am concerned there with having my fair share of Mixon. But luckily, there's a bunch of value plays at the running back position to go. And then if you guys tune into the videos, we have my top 3 game stacks. We are doing the Tampa Bay side, 3x1 in that Atlanta game. So I'll have a lot of Tom Brady. We are going to only stack the Chargers side now. So I recommended to do a full game stack of Chargers Cincy. I'm just going to go the Chargers side. That for the point being, the Chargers are a more pass heavy team. Not maybe with that news for the two linemen being out, you could see the Bengals throw it a little bit more. However, he's not going to have much time. You would think his pressure rate's going to go through the roof. So I like the Chargers side a tad more. Then I went with the Raiders side of the Washington game. So I did, because I got a lot of Moreau. I got a lot of Hunter Renfrow with Carr. And then you got to come back. You could come back with Gibson, which is a phenomenal play today. Then you have McLaurin, who is going to be probably lower owned because of his high price range. And then you could also come back with Logan Thomas. So if you're not going to do the tight end there. So those are the three game stacks that we're doing. And then I'm also going to stack the Rams. So the Rams are going to be my fourth side. And I'm only going to do the Rams and then come back with either Shenault or come back with Marvin Jones. Those are the only two that I'm going to come back with on that. So pivot from Mixon to either Madison or Fournette. Yeah. With the news that came out, I don't like Mixon as much as I did. He is still going up against one of the better rush defenses in the league to go up against. So he is more high risk. If you're making one, single entry lineup, I'd probably pivot to Madison. He's a little bit more safe. Fournette, he's not going to do what he did last week. No way. He's not going to repeat that. I would go Madison there. I would go Madison for sure. So yeah. And any other DFS questions? Hit me up in the chat. Join the free Discord. It's in the description below, or the homepage of the Twitch, or you go to my link tree on Twitter. So we talk all things DFS, all things sports betting, all things just sports in general. We got about 200 members in there right now. Appreciate everybody who joined the Discord and has been enjoying their stay so far. And we got the prop bot for NHL just went live yesterday, so we have that now. So we have a prop bot for NBA, NFL, and NHL now. An incredible feature from the guys at props.cash. Guys are awesome. So yeah, let's go right into the picks here. Let's go right to it. And like I said, last week was not too kind to us. I think we went 1-5 for minus 4.35 units. Not very good. It was our second worst week since week 3. We were on a little bit of a hot streak with 3 in a row. Boom. NFL humbles your ass real damn quick. So total, we were 35 and 39, minus 3.58 units. We are going to get back into the green after this week. So let's get right into it. Vikings, Lions, under 47. I like these teams to have a little bit more conservative play calling today. There was an inactive, I think Anthony Barr was out for the Vikings, which causes a little bit of concern here. I just don't trust this Lions offense to be explosive whatsoever. Swift is out for the Lions, and Jamal Williams, he's just not as explosive as Swift. He won't put together crazy plays, but he can be effective. And then Dan Campbell, he's talked very, very heavily about Jamal Williams this week. Said he's going to be the workload back. I don't see them passing the ball too much. And you also got to remember it's Jared Goff under center, and you have Hawkinson. Then you have St. Brown. And then you have Khalif Raymond. Just not a very explosive offense here. And the Vikings have had big plays. It's just been very inconsistent. So I just don't trust these two teams to have a quote-unquote shootout. So I'm going to be on the under today. And it also is the second divisional meeting between the two, which should result in lower scoring affairs. The first matchup against one another, they had only 36 points total, and that's when Swift and Cook were playing together. So I'm going to roll with the under here, a little bit more conservative play call, game script, and go from there. I mean, if you're going to if you're going to take a side in this game, I like the Vikings to cover. You could put the Vikings in a teaser, tease them down maybe 6 points or so. I like that as well. But because they have played in one possession football games all season long, so I think it's like -7 right now too. So I like the Vikings Lions under 47. We're going to go back with the Rams. So the Rams were on the VIP card last week. Went down the shitter at Green Bay for Lambeau. I'm going to go back to the well here. Just give it out as a free play. I like this team a lot. Obviously, I'm a Rams fan, so don't turn the stream off. But this team has too much talent to lose 3 in a row and then go up against this Jaguars defense and lay an egg. Stafford, for as horrible as he was last week, he still threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's getting a lot of bad rap for throwing those pick sixes or whatnot. Just limit his mistakes. He should throw for over 300 yards today again. He's going to have his buddy Cooper Kupp back. Robert Woods has been kind of a disarray for this team. Kind of threw him a little bit of chaos. But OBJ should have another week of the offense under his belt. He should play. Then you have Van Jefferson, and the beat writer was talking about this the other day. Is that Darrell Henderson was out. Sean McVay talked up Sony Michel, kind of like C.J. Anderson of a couple years ago when they went on their Super Bowl run. How he could just move the chains, be efficient on early downs or whatnot. I think that's what Sony Michel can bring today, no matter if Darrell's playing or not, because they said even if he is suited up, he's going to be limited. So I like Sony Michel to keep this Rams team going, to get a little bit of a spark. But then you also have the opposite side where the defense is, you got to think. You put together Von Miller, Ramsey, and Donald, a couple new guys in there. It took a little bit to gel, and I think this is the week that kind of everybody gets right. So you're facing a rookie quarterback who has shown his ability to not necessarily adjust to the NFL game currently. So I like them to put a lot of pressure on Trevor and should be able to dominate this game on both sides, especially being back at home. So I like him -12.5. Should win by 2 touchdowns. Could be even an uglier victory here. Other one here, we got Ravens Steelers over 44. This is just, I just think both these teams can score a little bit more than what this line shows at 44. It's kind of disgusting because you got to think Big Ben and how slow that game, those plays seem to process, but they've actually been playing at a surprisingly fast pace. I know the second half of that last game, he was playing incredibly fast. I hope they go back to that. They should start to initiate that a little bit more. Only concern here is if they do end up trying to go back to that Najee script where they run the ball 30 damn times. I hope that's not the case. But on the other side of both sides of the football for these teams, they are completely injury related. It's bad on the injuries. I don't know if Watt is going to play for the Steelers. A couple safeties are out as well. I like Marquise Brown in DFS for a sleeper high risk GPP play. But yeah, both teams are banged up on the defensive side of the ball, and I think the Ravens can be passed on. So Big Ben has the ability. He's shown it in the second half of the Bengals game. Even if they were getting blown out, he's still almost, I think he threw for like 260, 270. He should be in that range. Deontay, Claypool, you've got Freiermuth. He's got options here. So I like this game to be a little bit sneaky shootout here for if you want to stack this game in DFS, I would stack the Ravens side, maybe a 2x1 or a 3x1 with Lamar, Marquise Brown, and Andrews, and you can come back with Deontay, you can come back with Claypool, you can come back with Najee. So it's a sneaky stack for the DFS landscape here, and over 44, probably right in that sweet spot for it to hit over. Let's see, about 24, 21, something like that. I'd be okay with that. All right, prop bets. I didn't finish this Lamar one. Sorry, I was with my kid this morning. But Lamar Jackson over 304.5 pass plus rushing yards. So I apologize for that screwing up on the screen there. but Lamar should go over his passing total. He's gone over the passing total in 8 of 10 games. 8 of his last 10, I think it's like 235, something like that. Then his rushing total's at like 60 something. He's hit that over in 7 of 10. So I like just to put it all together and Lamar do his thing against this depleted Steelers defense. Over 304.5 pass plus rush yards. So apologize for that. Should be pass plus rushing yards on there. Then I like Eli Mitchell over 17.5 rush yards attempt. It's at minus 125, so it is heavily juiced. I'm actually having this on there for 1.5 units. I like this one the most of the props here. He's averaged 20. He's at 27. Then he got hurt, and then he came back with 27 more attempts for this 49ers team. They rely heavily on the rush. Hasty is back. It's my only concern here. But Eli Mitchell, he's been getting snaked some damn rushing attempts from Debo. I think Debo has had like 6 or 8 attempts, even with Mitchell having 27 or so. So I really, really like this line here, getting a favorable line over 17.5. So make sure you can shop that. Just find the best odds there. If it is a minus 30, minus 140, whatever it might be at, shop different books there. But I love Eli Mitchell today. He is my in my score touchdown that we always throw together. He is my guy to score a touchdown today, as well as David Montgomery. I always try to find value for the running back position, and this one seemed to scream value to me. RB1 on the Bears. Dalton's playing. It's a sloppy kind of a ground game today with the weather in Chicago. It should be rainy. Should be I don't know if there's snow. I think it's kind of icing over right now. But I do believe David Montgomery anytime touchdown plus 130 is the best value for the running back position. If you wanted to go extreme, you could go Foster Moreau. I think he's at like plus 290. He's up there. And then if you wanted to go even more extreme after that, this is pretty ugly to even say, but Josh Reynolds for the Lions, I think he's at like plus 600. That's a absolute dart throw. Just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. He's hit on touchdown with on the Thanksgiving slate. So those are just some crazy ones that you could throw together there. But these three right here, I feel very, very confident on. I love Montgomery. He's the number one running back there in a sloppy ground and pound game. Then you got Eli Mitchell. Should see 20 plus carries once again. And then Lamar should do his thing and get back to being just like Lamar. He had a strange game against the Browns. That game was just all types of ugly. And I don't think this game will be the case. A little bit more efficient for Lamar to get back going. So let me know if you guys have any questions over start and sit fantasy. I'll be here for another about 5 minutes or so. We'll just go look over some of the lines, see if they've adjusted or whatnot. If anything else pops out to us while we're on stream. Season-long fantasy questions, DFS questions, prop questions. I'll throw up the prop.com or prop.cash. We can look up any props that you're looking at for the time being. I'll show you guys what Lamar has been doing. So his pass yards. So 8 out of 10 here. So it's at 234.5. So 234.5. He's hit this in 8 of 10. And then if you go to his rush yards, he's hit that. So 5 out of 10. Sorry, I said 7. Because I think it was at 63. So it must have been juiced up. So if I go down here to 62, it might have been something like that, 61.5. But yeah, it's creeped up. And then if you go to pass plus rush, he's hit this in 7 of 10. So that's probably what I was thinking of right there. So as you can see, pretty decent line here. I do believe he can get over 300 yards passing and rushing. So does the data and the trends go with me as well. And if you guys do like props.cash and if you guys are wary about using it, like I said, we have the props bot in our free Discord. Or if you want to try it out on my dime. We got promo code .bets gets you 10% off of their annual membership. So I think it was like $199. You can get it 10% off there. Charles R., what do you think of James Conner anytime touchdown? I like that a lot today. I got him a lot. Let's see what props says as well. But no, I heavily favor James Conner today. He doesn't have any competition, and it kind of goes with that ground and pound game. Murray is back, Hopkins is back, so I think they can move the football a little bit better than what Colt McCoy has been doing for him. Even though Colt McCoy is pretty serviceable, you get Murray back. He should be 100%. They were not going to play him unless he was 100%. Hopkins, on the other hand, is a little bit of concern. So if you do have him in season long, I think you have to play him, just because you probably don't have much other options than DeAndre Hopkins. However, if you're playing in DFS, I'm staying away from him. But for James Conner, anytime touchdown. So yeah, he's been an absolute touchdown phenom this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his last 9. I mean, that's crazy. But no, I think it's a good line there. Minus 150 is not the greatest number to get, but it's a pretty damn sure thing that he's going to get in the end zone, unless Murray sneaks one in for him. I don't see them trying to do that maneuver, so I would lean here to James Conner. So I like that play a lot. Another guy I'm looking at a lot today, and you guys saw it on the stream with my heavy exposure to Antonio Gibson. I absolutely love him today. If you want to take him to score, it's minus 125. But I'm looking at total yards and then rushing attempts. So rushing attempts at over 17.5. I think that is a low number. So this is another prop that you could potentially take if you like. If you guys can see, no McKissick today. It's going to be, I think, Jarrett Patterson behind him. I don't even know if someone's going to be there to snake any of his rush attempts. But 24, 19, and 29. He's officially the back that everybody drafted very high on in fantasy. So if you've kept on to Antonio Gibson, he is paid off for you, or he's going to start paying off for you as long as he stays healthy. He's kind of over the shin fracture that he had, which he was trying to play through, and you guys can see all the red here did not help. But he is back, healthy, and should be the CMC-esque back that the football team wants them to utilize. So I like him a lot. You can take total yards. You can take, but my favorite probably bet would be rush attempts there. Let's see who else am I heavy on. Foster Moreau, yeah. So I am heavy Conner, 40%. Madison, 35%. Man, I don't see how Madison doesn't get there, but man, I could see him busting a little bit. I mean, just because, just my concern is that somehow they go pass heavy. I don't know why, but I'm gonna roll with it. And here are the two games without Dalvin right here. 112 and 113. So I'm gonna rely on that data and to tell me that hey, he's going to, and these are the rush attempts, 26 and 25. What's his rush attempts? I don't even know. That line's accurate, 8.5. I don't think they have a live line for him. But, that's another aspect that you could take there is his rush attempts there. But I do like Madison, a nice pay up, because I think a lot of people are going to play Jonathan Taylor at his pay up. And so people aren't going to go towards Madison. They're either going to go up to Taylor or go to the mid-priced running backs. So I'll be here for another minute or so. If we got any other questions, I'll put the plays back up real quick. Slightly go back over them. So a couple over-unders, and then we got the Rams. So we got the Vikings-Lions, under 47. Rams, minus 12.5. Ravens-Steelers, over 44. And then our prop bets, juicy prop bets. And Mitchell, you could go a little bit above if you're looking for that, maybe 1.5 units. So whatever your unit is, put a little bit more on that one if you have the bankroll too. And then you got David Montgomery, anytime touchdown. And then the one I also liked is Eli Mitchell's touchdown. I think he's minus 125 as well. So those are the plays. If we don't have any other questions, I'm going to get up on out of here. I'm going to play around some of my lineups, make sure those are all good before the slate locks in about an hour. So I hope everybody does well on their bets, and we have a profitable Sunday. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will be back next Sunday at 10:30. So tune in then. Appreciate you guys. See you.